Hey guys, this is how to reach the 10 million damage in the new mains Bulletin, facing the distortion of faith. Now, if you go in here and you read yourself through this and try to figure it out, you would come to the conclusion that you want to use a primal afflatus character. You want to focus on mass attacks instead of one target attacks. You want to, of course, deplete the obscurity meter to stun the boss and then deal additional damage. And you would do so by applying control effects or spamming the debuffs onto the enemy, because these two things decrease the obscurity meter more than anything else. You would come to the conclusion to cleanse buffs from the opponent, because for every single buff he holds, he will deal increased amount of damage, which could become detrimental, especially later on in the fight. But all of this is kind of irrelevant, not completely, because like you can see that you want to apply debuffs a lot, right? And what applies a lot of debuffs? You guessed it, the new team based around Beryl, which is called Afterglow. You want to use Beryl, Isolde with Flutterpage and Fatutu, because they are all about applying debuffs. Both Isolde and Beryl only use debuff incantations, right? And they attack a lot as well, which also decreases the obscurity meter. So this stage is designed for Beryl and Isolde to beat it. That is true. That's why, these mechanics matter a little bit. But I don't have the Afterglow team available. I skip Afterglow. Now, I can of course use the Bloodtithe team, right? Because Nautica will obliterate this stage as primal afflatus characters gain a stat increase. Yeah, that is true. But then I cannot play Bloodtithe either, because I don't have Sentinel. And without Sentinel, the Bloodtithe team would lack a little bit of damage, right? It would be a little bit based around RNG, and it is not very easy to actually hit the 10 mil with the Bloodtithe team if you don't have Sentinel. So I have to wing it here a little bit. And let me show you how I did it. I did it by using Nautica and Semmelweis together with Fatutu and Flutterpage. They attack a lot. This is a follow-up attack team, so that will decrease the obscurity meter by quite a bit, just like that. Also, Fatutu's follow-up attack counts as a debuff, so things come together here quite well, and everything they do is basically also a mass attack, so things are looking very, very well. And the only thing, there are a few things, but let's talk about the witness level first. Whenever you deplete the obscurity meter completely, you hit this screen here. The screen becomes a little bit gray and the enemies are stunned. And this is the screen in which you can deal a lot amount of damage. As the more amount of damage you deal here, the more amount of points you score. You score extra points in this screen. That's the whole point. And so you have to watch out a little bit for this obscurity meter. Once this obscurity meter is fully depleted, you want to have, of course, Nautica's ultimate available with at least 50 Bloodtithe accumulated. Because in this witness stage here, when the obscurity meter is completely depleted, you want to get the full amount of juice out of Nautica's ultimate to score the extra points, right? So what I'm gonna do here is, as you can see, I'm checking, hey, do I have the fresh blood buff from Semmelweis or Nautica? The answer is no. I give her that, right? Then I go and deal the maximum amount of damage with Nautica that I possibly can. AP plus for next round, and that is pretty much all you have to watch out for. Of course, you want to play this team correctly, and you know exactly how to play this correctly. You always want to have Flutterpage channel her ultimate. you want at all times have the channel active on Nautica. You want Nautica always be buffed with from Semmelweis with fresh blood. And that is it. See, now that I have over 50 Bloodtithe accumulated, I get all 30 hits out with Nautica's ultimate. And she is fully buffed as well. Her counter is active and she has fresh blood. And this is how you hit. You can see, right, how much my point limit here increases. See, I have 5.3 million points here accumulated, my current score. After Nautica's ultimate, I have over 7 mil accumulated. So this screen alone gives me over 2 million points already. And I quote unquote only need 10. So there you go. See, this is a very, very important point of this fight that you have to understand. And as I said, like other than that, you just play your team correctly. Let me repeat the things again that you have to absolutely watch out for. The counter is always active on Nautica. Fresh blood is always buffed on Nautica, and Flutterpage channels her ultimate non-stop. You will only use your ultimate with Nautica if you have at least 50 Bloodtithe accumulated. You can of course spam this ultimate, but yeah, you have to have at least 50 Bloodtithe accumulate. That's the point. You do not wait to use your ultimate with Nautica until the obscurity level is fully depleted or something, right? You fire this up as soon as you have 50 Bloodtithe. But keep a little bit of an eye onto this obscurity meter, because when there is only a little bit left before it would be depleted, then yeah, wait a round or two and not use Nautica's ultimate, because if the obscurity meter is fully depleted, then you want to be ready to deal the maximum amount of damage with Nautica possible to, as you just saw, earn yourself the 2 million points. And that is like truly all about it, right? I would just I make a wild claim here and say that everyone who plays this game has this team available here. Everyone has Nautica, right? And if you have Nautica, you also have Semmelweis. And we had billions of chances back to back to back to back to get both Fatutu and Flutterpage. So the chance here, the odds are very high that you have this team available for yourself, right? See, like I had to wing it here as well a little bit. I skip Afterglow, I did not pull for Barrel, I don't have Sentinel, so I can't play the Bloodtithe team, right? But I did it with characters that everyone should have available to themselves, and yeah, if I can do it, then you can also do it, right? I just gave you a bunch of tips and yeah, I told you to not vary too much and read too much into the mechanics of this boss, because yeah, you will be a little bit misled when it comes to these control effects and cleansing buffs and yada yada yada. Just go completely nuts and play the right team. Either the Bloodtithe lineup, this lineup that I'm playing right here, or Afterglow. That is what I would highly suggest you play. And yeah, that's really about it. If you're curious how I ended the battle, you saw this right on the other screen. I had like, yeah, here 12.3 million accumulated, right? When the moment I had the 10 mil in my bag, I had a few turns left here on, I think on round 16 or round 17. Yeah, it's here, round 16 is where I accumulated the 10 million points. So yeah, you have a little bit of wiggle room here, like 4 or 5 turns to spare, right? So I mean, yeah, pretty easy if you just keep the things in mind that I told you, right? It's very, very simple. Just play your team correctly and have a little bit of a side eye on this obscurity meter, and that's really about it. Yeah, right? That's really about it. Like, there's nothing else to it. Here in the end, yeah, the kids died. Unfortunately, Semmelweis will also bite the dust, but yeah, Nautica pulled through, and yeah, this is then where I end the battle. And that's it, right guys? So yeah, not too complicated, not too hard. Everyone has these characters, everyone can play this team, and that's about it, right? It's not as difficult as it seems at first. So try it. If you have trouble, feel free to join the Discord server, link in the description down below. There you can ping me and talk to me a little bit. Maybe I can help you out. Of course, my Nautica has P5, right? But yeah, as I said, like I have like 4 or 5, 6 turns of wiggle room here. So you should be able to clear this easily, even if your Nautica is not P5. But then, yeah, why is your Nautica not P5 Probably I'm just kidding, right? You get the point. Maybe you P5 barrel instead or something. But that's about it, guys. I hope that was fun and informative. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.